You're listening to the Maxx Madden Show here on the Fly Eagles Fly Network. And now here's your host and coach of the team, Maxx Madden. Hey guys, and welcome to the show today. We've had a tough little bit in the first season. We went 1-2 in our first 3 games. We won our first game against Washington, looked really solid. Felt like we had something going. Freeman just dominated that game. And the last 2 games we have been hit with some tough AFC South Division foes, with the Houston Texans and then the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both have stellar defenses. Not much you can say about it. We just underperformed, played poorly in the red zone. And in both games, we really had a chance to win, or at least keep it closer, and we failed to do so. But we just got to move on and try to get better. Now, let's talk about our rookies that we drafted in the draft. We just want to say hello to them and take a look at them a little closer for you guys here in the Eagle Land and the OMFL. Our first overall pick, number 11, coming in the draft was Roy Roos. Right guard out of USC. 6'5", 338. He's a superstar development. Has a lot of the intangibles needed to play solid offensive line play in the OMFL. And we're looking forward to getting some more practice time and seeing how Roy develops over the season. He's definitely got all the tools to be a great one, and hopefully I'm a good enough coach to get him coached up and ready to go for years to come. But he's a big boy. He's played solid in our first 3 games. He has made some mistakes. He is a rookie, but we'll work through those and we'll move forward. All right, next off, we're going to look at Mr. Kelsey Lumpkin. He was a safety in the University of Illinois, 6'2", 202. Yeah, he was a pretty good size safety, but he has speed to play the corner in the OMFL, and that's what we moved him to. He is now going to be a cornerback for the Philadelphia Eagles in the OMFL. He is a 92 speed, 92 acceleration. He's got all the intangibles to play and be a shutdown corner eventually. Right now he's only a 74 overall in the player rating, but he's also a superstar development, and we're looking forward to developing him into one of the premier shutdown corners in the league for seasons to come. He has played well, but again, he's a rookie, and it was a little bit rough the first 3 games. All right, next off, we're going to look at Mr. Glenn Greer, left outside linebacker from Delaware State. It was a little bit of a reach for him in the third. The crazy GM that we had, I had to leave the room and go to the restroom, and he picked this guy because we needed a left outside linebacker. But anyway, we're going to see what we can do with him. I'm going to see if I can coach him up and make a player out of him. Next off, we're going to look at one of my favorite picks in the draft was Daron Culpepper. He is the number 6 Culpepper of Dante Culpepper's family, and we're looking forward to seeing what we can get out of this guy. He's an average development, but 6'5", 259. Went to the University of Penn, but he is a speed rusher and has all the tools to become a superstar in this league. So we're going to see what we can do with Culpepper. All right. Last but not least, in the 7th round, we did take a tight end, Mr. Griffin Dillard. We did raise a few eyebrows taking him. We did already have a solid tight end core, but I wanted a guy that's a true blocker, bring him in basically an extra left tackle. This guy fills the bill. He's very solid at blocking, and looking forward to what we can do when we get him coached up. The 1 and 2 start on the season is, to say the least, is disappointing, but it's still early, and we've got time to turn this around. But we got the Dallas Cowboys we're facing, and it's not going to be an easy task, but we're going to do it. I want to take a look at a couple of players that I think is going to be, one's going to be a surprise by the end of the season. The other one obviously is not, but he's already making his mark in the Philly uniform. But first off, Trent Richardson, former first-round draft pick, has played well. Dante Freeman is also living up to the bill that we paid for him in the offseason to get him here. Now let's take a look at our division foes in the NFC East. Yes, that's right. The Washington Redskins are currently 0-2 in the division, but they are loaded from top to bottom with talent, and it just seems like it's going to be a matter of time before these guys break free and make their impact in the NFC East. But it's going to remain to be seen if the coach over there can get it turned around. Coach Shanahan can get it turned around over there, but he's definitely got a nucleus. We did make a trade with Washington. We traded for the right tackle, Sharif. We sent a defensive tackle, White, to them. And then we've moved Sharif to guard. And we're trying to build up our offensive line. That's where we want to win. We want to win in the trenches. Our offense is basically set. Now I just got to start working on the defense a little bit now, and getting those guys built up. But Washington is loaded. Watch out for them to make a move before the season is over with. All right, the New York Giants. Yes, the New Yorker Giants. This guy is new to the league, new owner, new coach. He struggled the first couple weeks, but I believe he got a win in week 3. So it's going to be a dogfight, I think, for the second place in the division. I think pretty well it's going to be wrapped up by the other team that we'll speak of here in a minute. But the Giants have played pretty solidly, I think, so far in each of their games. Be interested to see how our matchup goes. I'm going to have to do some scouting on this guy and see what he's bringing to the table. But last but not least, let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. That's where I'm from. That's my team. That's where I got all my training, was in Dallas. But I got my opportunity here in Philly to be a head coach, and I took it. But you always have roots where you come from in the big state of Texas, the Big D, the barbecue. But I do like the Philly steak and cheese, though, here in Philly. So, I may stick around for a while. Who knows? But anyway, we've got to get our team ready to face these guys. These guys are the echelons of the NFC East. They're the top dog. And it don't matter what kind of talent we have on our roster. These guys are the champs, and we've got to unseat the champs. So until that happens, these guys are the guys to beat. And excuse me. But we got to do everything we can to compete with these guys. So and it's going to take all the effort we can give to get where we need to be able to hang with these guys like the Dallas Cowboys. All right. Contract extensions. We did sign Doral Green Beckham to a 4-year extension. He is in the top 5 in the NFL right now, or the OMFL leading receivers. And so he's locked up as an Eagle for the next 4 seasons. And we're glad to hear that. All right, going into the OMFL breaking news. I know I get a little corny with these, but anyway, I'm having fun. Don't mess up my fun. Well, in the OMFL, we do have to fill out feedback after games, so you guys make sure you fill out the feedback. I did play Brady Sr. today. Enjoyed the game, even though I got my butt handed to me. But. Okay, I'll stop using that word. It was a good game. So, it was fair. He played exceptional well and called a great game as a coach. And I'm looking forward to maybe playing him again, getting some revenge, hopefully. Alright, we have been doing our scouting in the OMFL. We've got a few guys that we've already got pegged, and looking forward to the 2019 OMFL draft already. It will be here before you know it, I promise. Alright, now let's go to fans ask and final thoughts. Alright, the fans want to know, can new outside linebacker Corey Sneal be a developing superstar in the OMFL? Well, I don't know if he's going to be a developing superstar. He has the potential, but it's going to take a lot of work. He does have the intangibles, speed, size, and he's got pretty good strength. He's got some hit power to him, so we will keep developing. But he did win out the starting job at the left outside linebacker. Once we had to move one of the guys from linebacker back down the defensive line to take up a spot that we used to trade away. But anyway, yes, I think he has potential, but not just given. Our final thoughts is we need to get this thing turned around. We've got only a few more weeks before we really start hitting the panic button. But we've got to get some wins. We've got to get back to 500 first and foremost. And then we can go from there. Alright, everyone, that concludes our show for the day. Thanks for tuning in to the Max Madden Show here on the Eagles Fly Network. Please tune in next time for a great addition to the Max Madden Show. Have a great one.